You're watching Good Day Siouxland with Nick Wilson and meteorologist Ethan Foreman. From KCAU 9 News, this is Good Day Siouxland.
Well, good morning. It's 6:45 on this Monday morning. I'm Nick Wilson.
And I'm Ethan Foreman.
And we still have some rain to worry about. What's the latest for today?
Yeah, we got a bit of a break for the next few hours, but we had some rain move through the region overnight and this morning. Here's a live look from our Ho-Chunk Center camera showing that we have lots of clouds out there, getting a little bit of a break from the rain as at last check, we are at 1 37/100ths of an inch so far here at the KCAU 9 studio, the most rain we've seen since the 18th of November. We'll see temperatures are starting out in the upper 40s to low 50s across the area, and satellite and radar does show that we do still see some rain to our east, but we are getting a bit of a break in the Sioux City metro area. Some redevelopment down toward Norfolk and West Point of some sprinkles. We will continue to keep an eye on that as we head throughout the morning, but we do have a slight risk of severe weather for today, where all threats of severe weather will be a possibility, but we do see the hail being the biggest threat that we're watching closely, so continuing to keep an eye on that, and I'll have more details on those severe threats and if we see any more sunshine returning soon, coming up in your 9 on 9 forecast in about 7 minutes.
Well, support is pouring in from all over the world for former President Joe Biden and his family after it was announced he's been diagnosed with prostate cancer. ABC's Nicole D'Antonio is in Washington with the latest.
This morning, reaction pouring in for former President Biden after he was diagnosed with an aggressive form of prostate cancer. A spokesperson for the 82-year-old says the diagnosis comes after a small nodule was found in the former president's prostate. He was diagnosed with prostate cancer characterized by a Gleason score of 9.
A Gleason 9 prostate cancer is more aggressive, which means that it can grow more quickly and can be more likely to spread.
Mr. Biden's spokesperson says while this represents a more aggressive form of the disease, the cancer appears to be hormone sensitive, which allows for effective management. And this morning, an outpouring of support from across the globe. President Trump posting on social media, quote, "Melania and I are saddened to hear about Joe Biden's recent medical diagnosis. We extend our warmest and best wishes to Jill and the family." Former President Obama praised former President Joe Biden's work on supporting research for cancer treatment, saying, quote, "Nobody has done more to find breakthrough treatments for cancer in all its forms than Joe, and I'm certain he will fight this challenge with his trademark resolve and grace." And former British Prime Minister Rishi Sunak sharing on social media saying, quote, "Too many men are struck by this disease. We must continue to raise awareness of the danger it poses. Wishing Joe all the best for his treatment." President Biden launched his cancer moonshot in 2022 after his son Beau died from brain cancer 10 years ago this month. Prostate cancer is the most common cancer and the second leading cause of cancer death among men in the U.S., according to the National Institutes of Health.
Which means that there is an opportunity for an additional form of treatment which can improve his outcome.
Biden has mostly stayed out of public view since leaving office in January, but he did appear on The View earlier this month. Sources say Biden spent the weekend at home in Delaware reviewing treatment options with his family. Nicole D'Antonio, ABC News, Washington.
And closer to home now, drivers in downtown Sioux City will soon have a new mural to enjoy. The artwork is being painted on the north side of the building at 712 Market Street, just off of West 7th. The project is a partnership involving the Gilchrist Foundation, the owners of the building, and the city. The painting will be done by Des Moines-based artist Jill Wells and will focus on music and community volunteering.
The mural talks about the spirit of the jazz culture within Sioux City and really brings that to life as a unifying force, specifically within the Black, Asian, and Jewish communities, and looks at particularly the history of jazz along West 7th Street as a cultural hub for the city of Sioux City.
The artwork will be the 4th mural installed in the West 7th Street area. Work on the painting began over the weekend, and it's expected to be complete by July 1st. Meanwhile, if you have a number 9 birthday coming up, KCAU 9 would love to help you celebrate. We're celebrating the 9s each week right here on Good Day Siouxland. So if you or a loved one is turning 9, 99, or any 9 in between, We want to hear about it. Every Thursday morning, we'll share our list of birthday shout-outs, and one lucky person will take home a birthday gift from one of our sponsors. So if you want to be featured, go to SiouxlandProud.com and click on Celebrating the Nines under the Contest tab to enter by Tuesdays at noon. Now it's time we meet today's Stray of the Day. Every day we share a pet picked up by Sioux City Animal Adoption and Rescue, who's just waiting to go home.
That's right. This is Murphy, a 3-year-old male short hair, silver tabby, and white cat. He was found on the 2500 block of South Cornelia Street. The rescue says he's a super sweet and gentle guy with a laid-back personality, and Murphy is available for adoption now.
And if you lost your pet, you're looking to adopt, or you'd like to sponsor a pet for adoption, you can visit the rescue's website. Go to SiouxCityAnimalRescue.com. Murphy sure looks like a friendly and curious cat there in that photo.
Yeah, I love how he's looking up toward the ceiling. Maybe he's listening to the rain and thunder, or maybe he's watching KCAU. Who knows?
Yeah, I mean, either way, I'm sure he's glad to be inside because he wouldn't want to be dealing with this rain.
No, certainly not, as we've seen 1.37 inches so far at the Sioux Gateway Airport, and so far 84 hundredths here at the studio. You can see satellite and radar shows that rain continuing on and off through much of the overnight. Looks like right now heaviest moving through Cherokee, Ida, and Crawford counties, so continuing to watch that. So Storm Lake and Sac City, you're next. We do see that slight risk of severe weather across the area today, mainly along and south of a line from about Neely up toward Elk Point and Jefferson, toward Lamar's, and toward Ida Grove and Sac City to the south. Areas to the north under a marginal risk of severe weather, where areas in that slight risk have the highest chance of seeing up to Hennig-size hail or greater. That's going to be our biggest threat today, as that is a significant hail threat. And then we could see up to 60 to 70 mile per hour wind gusts, some flash flooding, and perhaps a tornado or two, mainly between 3 and 11 p.m. So stay tuned tonight with Chief Meteorologist Victor Perez. We will continue to see on and off sprinkles and light rain showers through much of the morning, but you'll see a line of development starts off to our west as we head into this afternoon. This is the line we're watching closely. You'll see it starts out as just a few storms, but intensifies as it moves eastward. It's not going to be much, and it's not going to last long, but any impacts that we see from it could be pretty big. So something we'll be watching very closely as we head into this evening. Perhaps a few tornadoes or some large hail damaging winds will all be a possibility with this, and along with some localized heavy rainfall that moves out of our region as we head into tonight, and then just some heavy rainfall continuing into Tuesday morning. Severe weather should be done before midnight. Then as we head through Tuesday, just like today, some scattered rain showers, maybe a few thunderstorms, but severe weather not anticipated on Tuesday. Rainfall amounts, when all said and done, keep in mind some of this has already fallen, but most of us will see 1 to as much as 3 inches. Some of us could see higher than that. 62 degrees, rainy, breezy, and cool today, dropping down to a low of 47 tonight as we see those conditions continuing. Your 9 on 9 forecast shows some cold weather for Tuesday and Wednesday, with highs just in the low to mid 50s. In fact, I may have these temperatures a little too warm, actually. We'll see a nicer day coming up on Thursday, then more rain chances move in this weekend into early next week. Memorial Day looking okay right now, and same for Tuesday, but right now model runs don't have us getting back into the 80s again until Saturday, May 31st.
Now we turn to sports. It's another Monday morning, so that means it's time for another Top 5 roundup of our favorite plays from the past 7 days. Anthony Mitchell has those highlights right here in your morning sports wrap.
Good morning, Siouxland. Another great week of sports action in the area. It means it's time to reveal our Sports Zone Top 5 plays of the week between the pitch, the diamond, and more. There were just so many plays to choose from, but there can only be 5.
Plenty to pick from and so much fun. Who's going to come away with play number 1? Kicking off the countdown at number 5, Bishop Heelan girls soccer leads Sioux City North 1-0. Annabella Reyes puts this one on the top shelf, just out of reach. Heelan goes up 2 on its way to shutting out the Stars in a 4-0 victory. At number 4, American Association action as the Explorers visit Chicago. X's lead 2-1, drop third strike. Austin Davis catches them sleeping. Swift speed steals home. Heads-up base running pays off for the X's in their 3-1 victory. To the Iowa High School State Track and Field qualifying meet in Sioux Center. Center at number 3 boys discus event. Monster throw here from Sioux Center's Cody Sandbolt goes past the markers and 20 feet beyond his PR at 172 feet 5 inches. That wins the event and is the 10th best throw in Iowa. We'll see him at state in Des Moines next week. Our number 2 play brings us to Nebraska. NSAA boys soccer Class 8 quarterfinal. South Sioux City leads Miller North 1-0 in the second half. 33rd minute, great cross finds the foot of Diego Montez. Cardinals cannot believe it. Montez breaks out the headstand celly. 7-seed Cardinals upset the number 2 Mustangs with a 2-1 win. And our number 1 play of the week, NAIA softball national tournament matchup between Baker and Northwestern. 3-2, bottom of the 7th. Baker puts the ball in play. What a grab by Cassidy Gores, flips it a second, and the double play ends the game. What a play by the South Dakota native that takes our elusive number 1 play of the week.
That's your look at sports. Have a good day, Siouxland.
Now let's take a look at this morning's top stories, what you need to know before you go. Public safety organizations in Iowa are raising concerns over a bill that's now on the governor's desk. Senate File 659 passed near the end of this year's legislative session. Part of the measure would allow Iowa's state-level 911 program to charge fees to local 911 access points. State agencies could charge those local level access points undisclosed amounts of money, which would be due within 30 days. Emergency management officials say that could put an extra financial strain on local governments.
We start already kind of in the hole where local governments are having to make up that difference. And we're, feeling a pinch, a squeeze from other pressures from the legislature on local government budgets, and then this comes around. So it's really, difficult to understand and frustrating because many of us have worked throughout the year to try to find a compromise to be able to provide this important service.
The governor has 30 days from the end of the legislative session to either sign the measure into law or veto it. Meanwhile, Memorial Day is 1 week from today, and travel experts expect near record numbers of Americans to travel during the holiday weekend. Across the nation, AAA predicts more than 45 million people will travel by 50 miles or more. That includes 39.4 million traveling by car and 3.61 million traveling by plane. In the West North Central region, which includes all 3 Siouxland states, they expect 3.74 million people to travel for the holiday. And finally, the Iowa Department of Natural Resources will hold 3 public meetings in Siouxland to present new proposed regulations for deer hunting. The first meeting is tonight in Denison at Yellow Smoke Park Lookout Shelter. The second is tomorrow in Hinton at the Dennis L. Soul Center. And the third meeting is Wednesday in Sioux Center at Sandy Hollow Lodge. All 3 meetings will begin at 6:30 p.m. The proposed regulations come in response to a major ongoing decline in deer population numbers over the past 15 years. Well, one last check on that forecast. We had some rain earlier. Now it sounds like we've got a bit of a calm period.
We sure do. We've seen 1.37 inches so far at the Sioux Gateway Airport since 10 o'clock last night. Rainy, breezy, and cool today with some on and off rain showers, especially this afternoon, some of which could be severe, and a high of 62. Severe weather should end by 10 o'clock tonight, but we still see some rainy conditions and breezy conditions as well as we drop down to 47. Low to mid 50s for highs Tuesday and Wednesday. Plenty of sunshine returns Thursday, but then we see more rain chances Friday through Sunday. Memorial Day and Tuesday looking dry, back to 71 degrees again by Tuesday, May 27th. Sure going to be a while before that gets here.
A lot of rain chances, and those temperatures certainly going to feel a little cooler than what we're used to.
Certainly will be.
All right, thanks for watching. Have a great rest of your day.